Well, gamification, I think, is one of the key strategies that marketing can actually start looking at right now. Because as I said earlier, that the content and how the user actually, or the consumer, experiences the content is actually very important. So if you create experiential content around your brand, so using, let's say, games or initiatives that will get people to play with the content a little bit more, play with the brand a little bit more, it creates that brand loyalty. And that's one of the things that I was talking about gamification. Now, taking gamification to a much more robust, bigger strategy, you've got the likes of Gameloft and people who are now developing game apps that they post on Apple. Now, Apple uses games in order for them to be able to increase the selling of their devices, right? So the more games that they have that people want to play, the more devices they actually sell. But it also has almost like a serendipitous sale in other products also. So if you've got a really, really good game on Apple, you start buying other products and productivity apps and notes apps and so forth, which then starts to increase the sale of your organization. So marketing organizations can actually start coming up with different methodologies and strategies around using experiential content, a little bit of games centered around their brands, and as a result, consumers will start to engage with their brand more and they'll start to gain brand loyalty. Analytics and understanding ROI is that the minute you utilize IT, there's always a way of measuring it, right? The minute you have the identity of the person, be it whether you're using Facebook, be it whether you're using Google+, be it whether you're just creating a logon for them to interact with your content, to interact with your app, and utilizing your app for them to do purchases with, you can measure that. So if you had a strategy where you're advertising, but with your advertising you're using couponing, and couponing allows for the user to do purchasing of your brand or your product or related products to your brand, immediately you can actually start tracking that trail because you're leveraging IT. And that's where analytics comes into play. On a larger scale, analytics can actually help organizations gain insight into economies. So where the economies are very rich when it comes to IT maturity and people are interacting with the internet on a regular basis, utilization of analytics in accordance to particular behaviors is something that can actually help companies position their brands a lot more effectively with consumers.